Virgo. This is not just another video, this is a divine intervention. Between June 4th and June 7th, you are entering your final spiritual reset. A rare karmic window is opening, and if you're watching this right now, it's not by accident. 3 karmic tests are coming. Each one is designed to either break you or unlock the next level of your life. If you pass them, your destiny will shift like lightning. But if you ignore them, you could stay trapped in the same painful emotional patterns until 2027. Let me ask you something. Have you been waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. as if something is calling your name? Have you been feeling weird waves of anxiety, sudden emotional bursts, or moments of unexplainable hope, like something big is just around the corner? But you can't quite see it yet. You're not overreacting, you're not making it up. The universe is trying to wake you up. And Virgo, if you're brave enough to walk through this window, everything, your peace, your love, your abundance, could finally begin to flow. But first, you must face the tests. Virgo, between June 4th and June 7th, a spiritual portal is opening just for you. And this isn't just any shift, it's a soul checkpoint. A rare moment the universe only offers when you're ready to shed the old and embrace your true path. This portal is a doorway, not a physical one, but an energetic, karmic gateway that demands truth. And once you step through it, you don't come back the same. You see, every soul has turning points, moments in time where the stars align and the energy becomes so charged, so electric, that the choices you make echo through the rest of your life. This is that kind of moment for you, Virgo. This portal is powered by 3 cosmic forces working together. The full moon's light, acting like a spiritual flashlight, exposing what you've been hiding from, what you've been afraid to feel, and what must finally be healed. Saturn's karmic pressure, the teacher planet, pressing down on old lessons and unhealed wounds. You might feel tension, delay, or emotional resistance. That's not punishment, it's refinement. Mercury's alignment in Virgo, your ruling planet, sharpening your intuition and guiding your thoughts toward deep clarity. It's helping you see patterns you couldn't see before and giving you the power to finally break them. This isn't about astrology, this is about awakening. You're not being tested because you're weak. You're being tested because you're on the edge of transformation. Imagine standing in front of a door that glows with your potential, a door that leads to more peace, more purpose, more freedom. But the lock on that door, it's made of your old self, your old stories, your old fears, your old habits. And now the universe is asking, are you ready to let that go? Because when you walk through this portal, the life waiting for you on the other side isn't built on survival or struggle. It's built on clarity, alignment, and divine purpose. This is not just another full moon. It's not just another energy shift. It's a cosmic appointment with your higher self, a moment where the past ends and your new future begins. Virgo, this is your rebirth window. It won't open again in the same way until late 2027. So ask yourself, are you ready to reset your soul and walk into the life that's been waiting for you all along? Virgo, you've been carrying weight that was never meant to be yours. You've absorbed generational wounds, picked up responsibilities from broken parents, held the emotional pain of friends, lovers, and even strangers, just to keep the peace. You've been the strong one for so long, the fixer, the helper, the one who puts everyone else before yourself. And in doing so, you started to believe that your worth was tied to how much you could endure. But the truth is, that was never your role. You weren't born to carry pain, you were born to transmute it. And now, between June 4th and June 7th, the universe is watching. This is your moment. Not to be perfect, not to have all the answers, but to finally say, I'm done living in cycles that don't belong to me. Because the tests coming your way, they aren't punishments, they're invitations. Invitations to rise, invitations to finally break free from the old heavy patterns that have followed you your whole life. Ask yourself, how many times have you said yes when you meant no? How often have you silenced your truth just to be liked, accepted, or not abandoned? How long have you been shrinking yourself just to make others feel comfortable? Virgo, this test is about more than you. It's about the generations before you and the generations who will come after you. You're the cycle breaker. You're the chosen one in your bloodline. That's why this portal is opening for you, because the universe sees your readiness. This isn't random. This isn't coincidence. Not everyone gets this moment, but you do. Why? Because you're ready. Ready to stop surviving and start living. Ready to stop fixing and start receiving. Ready to stop doubting and start trusting your power. So when these karmic tests appear, in the form of old people, old triggers, old habits, don't see them as setbacks. See them as the final lessons, the final spiritual checkpoints before your reset is complete. You've done the hard part. You've held the pain. Now, it's time to choose your freedom, because Virgo, you didn't come here to repeat. You came here to rewrite everything. Virgo, the first karmic test between June 4th and June 7th is called the trigger test. And it's not going to come softly. Someone or something is going to poke at your oldest wounds. A comment, a rejection, a message you didn't expect. It might feel small on the surface, but deep down, it will shake something inside you. You might feel that old pain of abandonment, a flashback to betrayal, or the deep ache of rejection, of not being seen, not being chosen. And here's the truth. The test isn't what happens. The test is how you respond. The old version of you might want to lash out, go silent and shut down, overthink every detail, or start people-pleasing just to feel safe again. But if you respond from that space, you're still locked in the old pattern and the karmic loop continues. So here's how you pass this test. Pause. When the trigger hits, pause before you react. Breathe. Take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, is this really about the present? Or is it an echo from the past? Choose your higher self. Respond from your healed self, even if your wounded self wants to scream. Say less, listen more, and walk away if needed, not out of fear, but out of self-respect. Virgo, this is how you break the pattern of emotional self-sabotage. This is how you stop handing your power to people who don't know what to do with it. Because this time, you're not here to be right, you're here to be free. And you don't prove your growth by talking about it. You prove it by responding differently. When everything in your body wants to fall back into old pain, that's why this is a test, because you're finally strong enough to pass it. This trigger is not your enemy, it's your mirror. And what you choose to see in it will shape the rest of your spiritual journey. Virgo. The second karmic test is silence, and it might be the hardest one of all. Between June 4th and June 7th, you may start to feel disconnected, ghosted, ignored, like the world is moving around you and you're standing still. You may reach out to someone and get no reply. You may pour your heart out and hear nothing in return. You may pray. You may feel like the heavens are just echoing your own voice back to you. And it hurts. It hurts to feel like no one sees you. It hurts to feel like the universe has gone quiet. But listen closely. This is not punishment. It's not rejection. It's not abandonment. It's a sacred silence, a divine pause, a moment where everything goes still, not because you're forgotten, but because your soul is being realigned. The universe is asking you one powerful question. Can you stay faithful, even when it feels like nothing is happening? Can you hold your vision, trust your timing, believe in your worth, even when there's no applause, no signs, no confirmation? Because Virgo, the silence is where your power is born. This is where many people break. They get uncomfortable in the quiet, so they rush to fix, to chase, to control. They send the text, reopen the wound, settle for less, go back to what broke them, just to fill the space. But Virgo, you're not meant to fill the silence. You're meant to sit in it, because your next level can't be rushed. It has to land in an empty space, and that's what the silence is creating. So when it feels like nothing's happening, that's when everything is actually shifting beneath the surface. Your job? Hold your frequency, stay grounded, speak to your soul, even if no one else answers. Because this silence is not empty. It's sacred preparation. Say this to yourself. My silence is sacred. I don't need to chase anything meant for me. I trust the stillness. And in doing so, you'll pass this test. Not by doing more, but by being more. More grounded, more patient, more aligned, because Virgo, the version of you that's coming, is worth the wait. Virgo. The third and final karmic test is the temptation test. And this one? It knows exactly how to seduce your heart. Sometime between June 4th and June 7th, something or someone from your past will come back. It could be a person you thought you healed from, a habit you thought you outgrew, a job, an offer, a desire, something that once made you feel needed, powerful, or seen. And it'll look shiny, it'll feel familiar, it may even show up at your most vulnerable moment, right when you're questioning your worth, your path, your growth. But hear this loud and clear. It's a trap dressed as a gift. This is the universe's way of asking, did you really learn the lesson? Or will you go back to what once broke you, just because it feels comfortable? This test is about your boundaries, your discernment, your ability to say, just because it returns doesn't mean it belongs. Because here's the truth. That ex who suddenly texts you, I miss you, they haven't changed. They're just sensing your energy rising. That opportunity that once drained your spirit but paid your bills. It may return just when your faith is low, but it'll cost you your peace. That habit you've buried, emotional eating, self-doubt, procrastination, people-pleasing. It'll tempt you again, whispering just this once. But Virgo, this is your final karmic closure moment. Can you say no to what you used to crave because now you know your value? Can you close the door that once felt like home because you finally know it was only a cage? This isn't about being strong. This is about being aligned. This is about trusting that your next chapter requires a cleaner, higher frequency. Say this to yourself. I don't chase what left me empty. I don't accept what once broke me. I am no longer available for what I've outgrown. Because the real test isn't in letting go. It's in not picking it back up when it returns. Virgo, you've come too far to go back now. You've climbed out of the storm. Don't run back into the fire just because it feels warm. This time, pass the test. Walk away. Stay elevated. Because the universe will reward your strength in ways you can't even imagine. Virgo, you've faced the triggers. You've sat in the silence. You've resisted the temptation. Now, it's time to reset your energy and step into the next chapter of your life with sacred intention. Between June 4th and June 7th, perform this simple yet powerful night ritual. It doesn't require hours, just presence, just truth, just you and your soul. Here's what to do. 1. Find a quiet space at night. Dim the lights, turn off distractions. This is your moment. 2. Light a white candle. Let it represent purity, clarity, and spiritual light entering your life. 3. Take a small piece of paper and write down these 3 lines exactly as they are. I release who I was. I forgive what hurt me. I receive what is mine. Let the words come from your heart. Speak them out loud if it feels right. Let the emotion rise. It's part of the clearing. 4. Safely burn the paper. Watch it turn to ash, symbolic of your old self falling away. Let go of the guilt, the stories, the fear. 5. Before bed, place a clear quartz crystal under your pillow. If you don't have one, simply say, Universe, I ask to sleep in clarity and protection. Then speak this final affirmation aloud with power and trust. I am ready for my new life. Let it sink in. Let your nervous system relax. Let your spirit know. It's safe to move forward now. Virgo, this isn't just a ritual. This is a spiritual signature, telling the universe that you are done living the old script, that you are stepping through the portal, not in fear, but in faith. Because once you reset your energy, everything around you will begin to shift. Your path will clear. The right people will appear. The synchronicities will multiply. And the peace you've been searching for will finally find you. Virgo, let's get one thing clear. The universe does not test the weak. It tests the chosen. And you are one of them. You haven't been losing your mind. You've been finding your soul. You're not being punished. You're being prepared for something greater, something deeper, something real. These 3 tests, they're not random challenges. They are your final spiritual exam before everything shifts, before the old you falls away, before your new timeline begins to bloom. And now, you're standing at the edge of everything you've ever wanted and everything you've ever feared. The question isn't, can you handle it? The real question is, are you ready to stop shrinking and finally live fully? To stop dimming your light for people who never deserved your glow? To stop playing small in a world that's begging you to rise? This portal, this moment, is once in a lifetime. It will not open again in this exact way until 2027. And that means what you do between June 4th and June 7th will shape your life for years to come. So Virgo, be honest with yourself. Are you still going to react the same way? Hold on to the same pain? Entertain the same lies? Or are you ready to walk into your power, speak your truth, set your boundaries, and receive the life your soul has been screaming for? Because here's the truth no one tells you. The universe removes your comfort before it delivers your miracle. And right now, your miracle is almost here, but it needs the real you to receive it. So breathe, rise, and remember who you are. Virgo, if this message hit your soul, don't just watch. Anchor it, activate it, align with it. Because when you type something into the physical world, it becomes more than thought. It becomes intention. So here's your comment challenge. Type this 11 times below to claim your alignment. I see the tests. I choose my path. I walk into destiny. Don't just do it once. Do it 11 times. Because 11 is the number of divine alignment, the frequency of portals, of awakening, of soul-level decisions. Commenting doesn't just help the video, it sends a signal to the universe that says, I'm ready, I accept the reset, I choose to rise. And if you haven't already, subscribe now and turn on the bell, because this isn't the last portal, there are more coming, and when they do, you'll want to be ready. Finally, share this video with another Virgo. Or someone with Virgo rising who's been feeling off, stuck or lost lately. Because sometimes, a single message can be the lifeline someone's been praying for. And this might be that message, so don't keep it to yourself. Pass the light forward, because the more of us who rise, the more the world heals. Virgo, now that you understand the tests, now that you've faced the silence, the triggers and the temptations, the portal has opened and your energy is shifting. But remember, this is just the beginning of your next chapter. The universe never sends a test without also sending a reward. The moment you pass the tests, the blessings don't just arrive, they start to chase you. So here's your next divine step. Go watch this video right now. Virgo, these 5 lucky numbers between June 7th to 14th will change your life. These aren't just random numbers. They are activation codes meant specifically for your next phase of abundance, clarity, and alignment. Because once you pass the spiritual test, the reward shows up in divine numbers, signs, and synchronicities. Don't miss it. Your next breakthrough is already waiting. And remember, your destiny isn't just found, it's chosen. And Virgo, you just chose yours. I'll see you in the next video. Star